there. We are live there. Let's go live on Instagram. We have like 100 people with us last night. We were doing the live call-in show. It was crazy, and the phone lines actually worked. It was a good night.
That's good.
The night, but the last Sunday night, I think Riley came in and hit a chord, and like the phone lines weren't working. Halfway through the show.
Oh gosh!
I'm trying to call. I'm like, well, what's going on? We figured it out, but.
Oh my gosh, Brian absolutely loves that song. I kid you not.
Careless Whisper, baby.
Yeah,
hello,
he
everybody.
loves that song.
Yes. That's right. Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. We're getting ready to do a podcast live. Hi, I'm Mike. We're live. Hey, HG Dancer. Hello, Cat Coppersmith and Code Red 316 and Carmen Bruce 1 over on Instagram. We're live. There's everybody on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. They're jumping in. Hello. All right. So if you have a listener question, drop it in the comments below, and you will be a part of the show. You will be Instagram and Facebook famous for 5 seconds.
Wow.
Hello, Lynn. At least 5 seconds. I mean, I can't guarantee more than that.
5 seconds is not very long.
I mean, it used to be 5 minutes, but I think the world has sped up at this point.
True story.
Let's see here. She's not paying attention.
Me?
Yeah.
Sorry. No, I was looking at something else. Yes, I have a spider on me. It's fine.
Are you afraid of spiders?
I mean, they're not my favorite. It's not like I'm like.
But dude, that little spider's cute. I paid $14 for him.
I'll give you that. But yeah, it's not like I'm like, ooh, let me go, have a spider in my house. If there's a spider in my house, it's dead. We have these really big ones here in Atlanta. I think they're going up the northeast coast. They're called Juro spiders, and they came from Asia, and they're like gigantic spiders, and they have these huge webs too, and they kind of fly. So
flying spiders.
Yeah, they're really fun. They haven't been as prevalent down here as they were a couple years ago. I think they started going up north, so I think that they kind of live up north now a little bit more than they do here. But yeah, they were definitely really prevalent, and they're like that big. Like they're big spiders.
Wow.
They're not tiny, and their webs are really and they're hard to kill. And so, and their webs are really, really, really big, like gigantic webs. So
we have the Chinese lantern flies. Have you heard of these?
I've heard of them, but I've not.
Yeah, we have them. We had some last year, and now we have.
No, thank you.
Real quick, Kat Coppersmith says, can't wait to get caught up on all your podcasts. Used to listen at work, but her son's been in the hospital and haven't been able to listen for over a month. So hope you're still
better. Son's feeling better.
Absolutely.
We've noticed, Kat, that you haven't been listening.
Stop.
Absolutely. We get metrics on everything. No,
we were missing one download per week.
That's right.
I notice those kind of things, seriously. And shout out to Simon over in the UK who's going on back-to-back cruises here shortly.
Nice.
Wow, that's nice.
As a PA.
That's the dream right there.
We have daddy long legs here in Missouri. Yes, those are the ones that don't bite you. Like you could play with those as a kid. You could play with daddy long legs. It didn't hurt you.
I agree with Adam though. If you see one of those spiders in your house, the only recourse is to burn the house to the ground. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, people don't play around apparently here.
Wow.
All right. So podcast. Here we go.
Okay.
Everybody, mute your phones. If you're paying it, even if you're tuned in, mute your phone. Mute. Everybody, do not disturb it. Here we go. 2557. Holy Casmody. Here we go. Welcome to episode 2557 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Wednesday to you. Hope your week is going well. We are all back together, just like we've been here for 16 and a half years or so. And of course, midweek means it is time to tackle those listener questions. Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, Adventures by Disney, and sometimes just life in general. Not usually, but every once in a while it has happened. We tackle those questions, so we are here to have some fun and to get you over the hump towards that next weekend, which we are eyeing with anticipation. So to do that, we have the crew assembled. Rikki is joining us from DisneyWorldAfterAll.com and the Mouse for Less. Rikki, what's going on this fine Wednesday?
You know, it's nice to actually be able to be here for a Wednesday. Finally, it's been a while. Brian's been working like a crazy man. It's September, so it's budget season. So we have budgets are done. I think not for the house, but for his work. Budgets are done, and I think we get to breathe for a few minutes. So yeah, that part's nice. So yay! I'm telling you, it was.
Can we call him Brother Brian now? Because I know he's working to become a pastor, right?
He is working to be pastor, and actually he is finally, as of now, finished school. So there's 4 years that we've been dealing with this. So he's actually, if it had been this time last year, or actually if he was still in school, he would be going to Indiana this week. So you wouldn't have seen me this week if he was still in the program. But he is officially done with that too, and it's he's not ordained yet, but he will be here soon. And that process is the church was a little bit slow on getting that done. But yeah, so that part's good. It's been a challenging like 6 to 9 months for him. So the budget being done was the last thing that he had to get through, and he finally got through that. So I think we have a minute to breathe. It's been the first time we have a minute to breathe probably in about 4 years. So that part's nice.
So, real quick, can he marry people? I mean,
I'm sure he can, actually. I don't know. I mean, he hasn't done it. He's performed a few funerals. I know that.
Yeah,
but
no, we don't want to do that yet. I mean,
there's spooky going on. I thought we were going for a theme here. Yeah, no, but he hasn't married anybody. That would be, man,
that's
would be
the
weird.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, I know.
That would be way more exciting.
Yeah, can he marry me and him together? I don't think so, but we're already married, so I guess we're good.
Yeah, we need a wedding. We need we need to get some business here.
Yeah, I guess. No, not really. So anyway, yeah, it's been a challenging. Obviously, we've had a lot going on these last 4 years. So the fact that we can maybe breathe is kind of nice. So we'll see.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Exactly. Yes.
Go, Brother Brian. We're there. Yes.
That's it.
All right, Pam Forster from she's a coder of the Magic for Less Travel out in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Home of the Pitt Panthers, 3-0. Just won the backyard brawl this past weekend. I don't know if you were paying attention, but heck of a football team out that way. What's going on, Pam?
That is my alma mater. So we do know the backyard brawl with West Virginia has always, I mean, since I was in college, has been a big deal. We're so close together. And so I will just say, whenever one had to travel to the other location to play, it was a tense weekend. Some tense things happening. So anyways, but yes. So all good. Yes. And I was worried. I was thinking about this as you were introing the show. I was worried about people taking our advice on other matters, on like life matters. I was like, we are not qualified for that. So.
No.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we have given good advice over the 16 years, 3-4 times. So it's about 4 years that we give.
Yeah.
That's not very good percentage. I don't know.
We try. Yeah, and shout out to our good buddy Rich, who is a huge Mountaineers fan in our audience. He's one of our lizards, and I see his runs all the time. God bless him for running. He's a teacher as well, so God bless him for that. He runs in the hills of West Virginia. God bless him for that. He's a consistent runner, and I know his Mountaineers are 1-2, and he's a devout fan of that team. So I get it. It's a rough thing, but yeah, you good job for the Panthers. I like it.
I agree, but I will tell you, I have no skin in this game. I mean, it's just not, we don't follow Pitt football or anything else. So, Rich, I could root for the Mountaineers just as much.
Yeah, there you go. Mr. Z out there keeping it real in the high schools. Can't believe it. All right, let's get to our first question of the day. And we need questions. So if you're tuned in live, we have a big audience tuned in live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. People are tuned in all around the world here on a Monday afternoon. Thanks for being there. We appreciate you. But if you have a question or comment, want to be a part of the show, drop it in the comments right now, and you're a part of our podcast this week. But let's go to the inbox. And Chris Young, who is actually in Springs Grove, Pennsylvania, speaking of the Keystone State, says, hello, BOGP crew. Thanks so much for answering my questions from a few weeks ago about our stay at the Contemporary and early entry timing. The kids listened to that episode and were like, we're famous. I mean,
Love it.
We do what we can. Even though I never mentioned them by name. But one of our neighbors did tell us he heard us on the podcast. Listen to that. Neighbors that listen to the podcast together. I mean, that's a community right there. That's
I'll say.
That's really cool.
The guy in front of me at the football game the other day is like, you have a podcast? I'm like, yes. Yes, I do.
I have a coworker I was talking to, and I said something about it, and she said, wait, you're the part of the Be Our Guest podcast? And I said, yeah. And she's like, my friend listens to you. She said,
it's shocking. It's shocking anybody listens to our show. But it is. I mean, when you're like at the zoo with 65,000 maniacs and they're like, do you have a podcast? Yes. And
yes,
and get on your feet and get loud. Let's go. Okay. Anyway, as I write this, we are 14 days from our trip to the world. We are ready to go. 8 nights Contemporary, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, and free dining package. So several character meals. Nice. Food always tastes better when it's free. We always say that. And 1 day at Universal for Harry Potter. Plus, I definitely have my own snack food agenda. Any snack tips would be greatly appreciated. My primary question: what is the easiest way to get to mini golf from the Contemporary? Our son Mason is a big putt-putt fan. And I love the way he used the term putt-putt. That is the proper way to address mini golf in the Midwest. We have a package and mini golf tickets are included. So we would like to use them if it works out for us. And which course is the most fun? Also, my wife, Alyssa, celebrates her actual birthday while we're there. And our daughter, Molly, also does as well, turning 13 while we're there. God bless you. You got a teenage daughter. Oh, Chris. We know about the celebration buttons, and while I did the planning, I asked them what they wanted to do for their days to make it special. But are there any other fun little extras we can do to make it even more memorable and special? Again, thanks for your commitment to helping everyone have the best Disney trips we can. Chris in Spring Grove, Pennsylvania. All right, a lot to unwrap with this one. First of all, let's talk snacks real quick for Chris. And we're in this awesome time because seasonally, there's great snacks. Rikki, have you written anything lately as far as seasonal snacks that Chris hands on?
I may have written a few articles on a Disney World after all. There are just a couple of, snack guides up. So, just search for the word snacks on my website and it'll pull up whatever it is. There's right now Hispanic and Latin Heritage Month snacks. There's Halloween snacks going on. I mean, there's just a ton of great options for you right now. So I think
without even going to the good, that's great reference, but just give him something right now for the podcast audience. What's he need to sink his teeth into? And like, if I was there right now, what do I need to go get? Savory or sweet? I don't care. I'm starving right now. I just had an Uncrustable to tide me over.
You had an Uncrustable? Okay.
Oh, dude, Uncrustables are Jason in our the Discord. He likes the I didn't even know they made these. They make honey Uncrustables. I didn't even know the thing. Yeah, they're like honey and peanut butter.
Oh
yeah. Okay. If you go to the clubhouse, you posted pictures of them. I do the traditional PB&Js.
Okay. They have a Nutella one too. I know that.
Right out of the trash bag.
Nicely done. Okay. I do have a good snack option though. I'm gonna just bypass all of the Uncrustables conversations. Although you can get Uncrustables at Walt Disney World
Oh, yeah,
if you really need one.
Like 6 months ago, they were giving away like candy at Epcot. Remember? That was like a thing.
Yeah, they were actually. Yeah, that was interesting. But my favorite snack right now, and the thing that I probably will be getting here soon, is at Gaston's Tavern, and it is not the fantastically delicious cinnamon roll that Gaston's Tavern is known for. It is actually, it is the creme brulee like pastry tart thing that they have that's going on right there. Oh my goodness, it is so good. It's so like heavy. It's like it's filled with just delicious vanilla cream, and it is so good. It's got a caramelized top, it's full of sugar on top. It's so good. And I actually wrote a review about it on my site, so you can go look at that. And I actually tried it live, so you can see my actual like tasting of it for the first time. And then Brian got there's a ham and Gruyere, it's like not a flatbread, but it sort of looks like a flatbread. And he got that, and that was really good too. So Gaston's Tavern right now has some amazing options if you want savory or you want sweet. So I'm going Gaston's Tavern at the moment. That's where I'm
underrated going. Too. I mean, because I think people think of it breakfast and then
just cinnamon roll. They think of it just as cinnamon roll.
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, because the cinnamon roll Coke Zero breakfast is.
We'll get the creme brulee tart thing for breakfast instead, and I promise I'm not steering you wrong. I mean, it's a good snack too. Don't get me wrong. I would eat it any time of the day, so it was really good. But I got it for breakfast. So.
The cinnamon roll Coke Zero breakfast is like the Florida State cinnamon rolls and cinnamon. Did I say cinnamon rolls? The Florida, the cinnamon. Let me try that again.
You can't even say it. Yeah. Well, where's the record scratch?
Try that.
There we go. Yeah.
The Gaston's Tavern cinnamon roll Coke Zero breakfast is the Florida State cinnamon. I can't even say it again. Cinnamon roll of 2023.
Okay. Why 2023?
Undefeated.
Oh, undefeated.
13-0.
Got it.
But now you're talking, dude. The crowds are gone like at lunchtime. You go in there and get these other things. Bam.
I mean that like flatbread type thing. That's a great lunch option. I'm not gonna lie. And it comes with a side of chips too. So
all that in a side of chips.
All that in a bag of. It's literally a bag of chips. All that in a bag of chips. Yes.
Just like the big man on campus. All right, so real quick, the easiest way to get from the contemporary over to mini golf, and so I would say to me Uber
or minivan.
Or minivan. Yeah. I mean, there's really no easy way to get there with Disney transportation.
No.
Well, to the Blizzard Beach one there is, because you can take the Blizzard Beach bus.
Well,
yeah, true. Which is usually the Animal Kingdom / Blizzard Beach bus. What is wrong?
Did not talk today.
Oh
my goodness.
Podcast, and we got to do another one after this. I'm in trouble. Yeah, you can take the bus. If so, you know what? I think that is the superior course too. Winter Summerland is better than what's the other one? Why am I want to say Fairways and Greens? That's an old golf show that was on a radio show. It's the one over
Fantasia Gardens.
Fantasia Gardens.
The
big Hippo thing. God, what's wrong? I'm losing.
There are a lot of things wrong with you, but let's not go down that path right now.
Could somebody bring me another Uncrustable stat? I need protein. Oh Lord, how are we gonna make it through? Okay, so that's it. What else do we have? So that's putt. What else for like the 13-year-old and his wife? He needs to keep the ladies happy in his life because happy ladies for a dad that keeps the world going around. Pam Forrester, help us out here.
I mean, I guess it really depends on what they like, but you can always if they're shoppers, I think Disney Springs has become a huge shopping place. It's not just Disney stuff, and people either like that or don't like it. But I think I love Disney Springs since they redid it. I like the different shops. I don't want it to just be Disney shops. I mean, there's some fantastic Disney shops there. Don't get me wrong. You have Disney jewelry, you have the main huge Disney store, you have Disney home goods, you have all kinds of Disney fashion and whatnot. But then there's also other shops that you may find, some that might be you might have in your area, and some you may not. And there's a lot of those shops like the Vera Bradley shop or other things like that have sort of a Disney themed merchandise that you may not be able to get as easily through other shops, Pandora, of course, and whatnot. So I think shopping's always a good deal. But if they want pool time, schedule that. I think what you have to do is just enlist your family members to help plan with you and figure out like what's important to them, and then that may do it. The other thing you may want to consider is always the tours. I've never taken a tour at Walt Disney World and been disappointed with that. Whether they're Animal Kingdom lovers or they want to do something that's more in the parks, like in the Magic Kingdom, or even at many of the resorts, there's some kind of resort tours you can take. I know specifically at the Animal Kingdom Lodge, there's a tour, and at the Boardwalk, there typically is too. You just have to sort of check at the desk to see what times those are open.
Yep. And Shaggy says Keys to the Kingdom tour is great. I love that tour. I think you got to be 16 to do that one, though, is the minimum age, and she's going to be 13, so that would be out for the entire family. But that's something to look forward to. Yeah, and like you said, at Disney Springs, for I'll just say, being a dad of two daughters, 13-year-old girl, Lululemon has a store at Disney Springs. Big hit with that age group. Uggs has a store there. That's another big. I mean, you got to loosen the pocketbook when you got the teenagers. So just be ready. I'm just saying. But go over there and just let them pick. Deluxe burger, chicken guy, polite pig.
So many great dining options.
You could have great, get a birthday cake at Amorette's, something like that.
Oh, they have some really good cakes there.
I mean,
they have
a lot
such good stuff.
And they have, reasonable things at Amorette's. I used to think Amorette's was like just a total rich kind of person thing, but I think there's reasonable things.
No, there's
lots, so many. Yeah. You can get like little individual desserts, and they're like works of art, really and truly. They really are. They're beautiful, right?
Well, and we had a guest come on too on our Monday show a couple weeks ago, and they did a class there where they made cake.
Yes, you can.
Yes.
That seemed
which is really cool.
I mean,
the ganachery too has great stuff.
That just sounds fancy. The ganachery. Well, plus they're like featured in the in-room TV special, right? They
are, but that chocolate is really good chocolate. So if you like good chocolate, you can go there and really get it. It's really tasty.
God, I'd like the ganache on some chocolate right now.
No. Yeah.
It's a dad joke.
Yes.
I'd like the ganache. Anyway, all right. Len's got a question out in Maryland. Staying at the Riv in April. I was curious. Is it an issue getting on the Skyliner from the Riv near park opening due to the gondolas? I haven't got to say that in a long time. Already being taken by guests that boarded at either Epcot or the transfer station. Would it be smarter to walk to the transfer station instead? I have some insider information on this particular question. If you tune in tomorrow to the replay of Sunday night's live call-in show, we have a guest who called in whose sister works the Skyliner. She's a supervisor.
Oh, so fun.
On the Skyliner. And she calls in and tells us the actual strategies they use for how they send the buckets from the transfer station to the Riviera. Because Scott was talking about how one of his beefs is when he stays at the Riviera, sometimes it's hard to catch a bucket there because they're always full, especially at like park opening, right? This exact situation. And there's like a level, when they have the storm warnings, the rip current levels, like green, yellow, red, they have names for it. I forget what she called it, but she told us, and it'll be on the show tomorrow if you download the replay.
Interesting.
So she explained the whole system. But there is a system, and basically she said most days it is probably easier to walk to Caribbean Beach.
Interesting.
Her thoughts from her sister. So that is, which is, and again, Scott and I had this discussion. Riviera Deluxe Resort, right? Beach Yacht, all the deluxe resorts. Again, it gets back to that, and bus service. I think bus service is superior at Pop Century to the Grand Floridian. right? Are we not? Are we? Am I wrong there?
I don't know. I think it really depends, and I think one of the times, really one of the only times I noticed any problem with the Skyliner is opening and closing. That's really it.
True.
The rest of the time, and I think that because we are people who tend to be there at opening and or closing, that we might be impacted or notice it more than others do. So that may sort of contribute to the issue. But yeah, the walk from the Riv over to the transfer station is not that bad. And it's actually kind of a nice walk in the morning, especially with that. But yes.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is not a bad walk at all. It's not a bad walk. But again, it's one of those things like we were having that discussion where you are staying at the deluxe resort. And at park opening, it is probably going to be quicker for you to go to the Caribbean Beach station, but then you are in competition with everybody staying at the largest moderate resort on property. And
one of the largest resorts, period.
And you're competing with the people at Pop Century
Art and Pop too, and Art. Yeah. So it is, it is kind of counterproductive because you are a deluxe guest and but I mean, so again, do you spend the time to walk all the way to Caribbean Beach or just save the time on your feet, wait in line? It's one of those things, right? Like it's like it's a mentality thing, right? Do you like sometimes Google in a traffic jam will route you around the traffic and like you're moving the whole time, but you're driving 5 extra miles to get around the jam.
Right.
I'll do that because at least I'm driving, right? But it's like I'm driving 5 extra miles to go around, but I feel like, oh yeah, I'm doing something because I'm not sitting still.
Right.
Where if I would have sat still on the highway, it's probably the exact same time, right? But at least I'm not like, I'm not moving. Yeah, that's probably the exact same amount of time, but I'm not like screaming at clouds.
I agree with you.
Like I'm making progress. I don't know. I think it's sometimes a mentality thing. Like at least but then if you get over to the Caribbean Beach transfer station, you see like the whole world over there. You're like,
you got to know yourself. Len knows himself, so he'll be able to get that figured out. But yes.
And Shaggy says, who's one of our good friends, he actually called in also last on the show. You'll hear Shaggy featured. Shaggy has a story. You got to listen to we had a great show Sunday night. I'm not to toot my own horn. Toot, toot. We had a good show Sunday night. And my grandma used to say that all the time. I love my grandma. I miss her so much. She'd be like, Mike, don't toot your own horn. No, she was a good Baptist woman, man. She is always like, be humble, don't toot your own horn. Whenever you go 4 for 4 in a T-ball game, I'd be like all happy. Don't toot your own horn now, Mike Chuck. She called me Mike Chuck. My middle name's Charles. Anyway, he says, I'm not a rope dropper, but I've experienced a Skyliner many times leaving at closing. You're going to wait a bit, but I find it better than the buses. Good. But anyway, Shaggy has a story because we talked about one time we told the story about how I scared the girls at Pecos Bills and they spilled this sodas all over the place and it was a whole thing. But Shaggy tells a story about how Max, Max, the character. I think he's Goofy.
Yeah, Goofy's son.
Goofy's son.
Cousin?
Son.
I don't watch movies. But he posted up on him at Disneyland when he was getting ready to take a picture. Like it was going to scare him.
Oh.
There's a teaser. So listen to that story tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Be careful, dude. The characters at Disneyland will post up on you. And he had a big, expensive camera in his hand.
Dang.
He was right on the rivers of America. Did it turn out bad? Tune in tomorrow to find out. Did he lose his $1,000 glass? We'll find out. Okay. Let's see here. We got a question from Becky in the inbox. We're still looking for questions for our live listeners. They're just kind of hanging out with us today. And come on, don't be bumps on logs. We need questions. Thanks, Len, for that question.
Wow, you're not allowed to just listen.
Hey,
nope.
I'm going back to my 6th grade teaching thing. Dude, if anybody raise your hand, I call them bumps on logs. That's what
we have to be here, you have to be here.
That was my line. You're taking me right back to 2003 in my classroom at Wedgwood Elementary. That's right, man. This is our time. It was like ordering the pizza thing from what was that movie?
Fast Times. Yes.
This is our time. Exactly.
Our time.
I didn't even quote that to my 6th graders. God bless them. But yeah, exactly.
We should put a disclaimer on the show.
This show's got the Florida State Seminoles, who are a is verified train wreck this year. We got Uncrustables and we got Best Times.
We do.
Holy cow, we're only 25 minutes in. Becky says, hello. This is Becky from Mooresville, Indiana, and I'm a longtime listener to your show. I appreciate your positivity, fun
Maybe she's not anymore. I'm just saying. Yeah.
We may have killed. You'll stick along.
I have
with
not
us.
had enough protein today. My family of 4, my husband and I, along with our 2 teenage boys, are headed to the world this October. And I had a question about the new multi-pass system. I was super confident with the Lightning Lane system, but we have not been back since the change occurred. My question is, do I have to make my multi-passes for the first park I visit each day? Or could I make reservations for the park I plan to hop to? For example, we plan to rope drop Animal Kingdom, and we're hitting Festival or Flight of Passage, then Safari and Everest, and then hop to Hollywood Studios. I don't think we need lightning lanes for those lines, but I know we would want them for Slinky Dog, Tower of Terror, and other Hollywood Studios attractions. Is this a possibility, or do I have to make the lightning lanes for my first park of the day? I understand that I can make a 4th reservation once we check in for the first one, but I'm afraid that we won't have many choices left. I was the queen of the rolling lightning lane and normally made one for the first park of the day and then stacked them later in the afternoon. Since we don't have to make park reservations any longer, I didn't know if this was possible with the new system. I appreciate your help and thank you again for bringing the magic to us so many times each week. Becky, who wants to take it? Rikki, Pam?
Yeah, you don't have to. So you can do a couple different things. First of all, you could make all 3 of the ones you can make in advance at whatever park you choose to be in at whatever time is available at that point in time. So let's say you knew you were going to be at Hollywood Studios around 5 o'clock and you wanted to put all 3 of your reservations there for that time, you could do it. The other thing you could do is definitely make a reservation, and then after you tap in for that, go ahead and you can make another reservation at whatever park you plan on being in there that afternoon. And you could even cancel, even if you made 3 reservations at your first park, you could cancel the other 2 and or modify the other 2 and move those out to the other park you will be in the afternoon. The challenge with that is one of the things that we've been noticing is when you go ahead and wait to tap into your first one, you will probably not be able to tap into your first ride for a while. And by the time you get to that point in time, there might not be the availability that you want at the last park that you'll be at that day. So it's something to keep in mind, something to consider when you're doing those. It's safest to just, Hollywood Studios is one of the parks I think that is one of the better uses of the multi-pass, because you can do Slinky Dog, you can do Tower, you could do
Rock and Roller
Coaster, thank you, all of these attractions, even Mickey and Minnie. So something like that, something to think about. And I think if you plan on visiting that during, toward the end of the day, I would make all 3 of those in that park. That would be my advice.
Yeah, the thing you're thinking about in this situation, as I was kind of mulling this over, is that with the delay in using that first, because you're delaying it till you hop, right, to use your first lightning lane, is that whole time it's like while you're at Animal Kingdom in the morning doing Flight of Passage and the Safari and Everest and all that stuff, it's just like all that inventory is being eaten up for later for your selections, because you said like you want to, once you make that first one, you want to, then you can make your 4th one, right? But that whole morning that you're not making using that first lightning lane, that inventory is being chewed up for the day. So that does kind of limit you later on. But if you're cool with that, you're fine.
It does. And what we found is it's challenging to get a lightning lane, before a certain time. They aren't typically there like when the park first opens. It just isn't what it is. So it's like there's sort of a delay regardless. And that's sort of how you have to make your choices. But I think too, if you were skilled, and especially there first thing in the morning, there's so much you can do without a big wait without the lightning lane. So
absolutely, you don't need them right in the park opens. I mean, just hit it, rope drop, and you can get 3, 4, 5 good attractions in immediately. I mean, that's what they're doing at Animal Kingdom. I agree with her. I mean, I think that's a good strategy. You do sacrifice on the back end. I'm not saying this is a bad strategy at all.
Me neither. Yeah.
The thing is, at Hollywood Studios, I think it is kind of more of a park where it is a challenge to get things later in the day. I think it's going to be a lot of that stuff is going to be gobbled up. You're not, because you don't, the thing with Hollywood Studios, you don't have a lot of minor attractions.
No.
Like Magic Kingdom is a better park to do that because you have more minor, you're going to have availability on minor attractions. You're going to have availability on things like Barnstormer and things like possibility like a Jungle Cruise,
the shows,
Magic Carpets of Aladdin. You know, you have more kind of third tier attractions that are going to show availability. Hollywood Studios, it's almost like one of those, it's like an all or nothing park for the most part. You know, they just don't have a lot of that mid or bottom tier stuff. It's all big stuff.
No, and Slinky Dog's one of the first ones to go without availability at all with all 4 parks. So it's one of the ones that goes the fastest.
All right. Shout out to my good friends, Celinda and Craig, who are tuned in and watching us live from the Disney Wonder right now in Vancouver, Canada, getting ready to sail to Alaska. They're Craig's Great Lizard, one of my running buddies, and inspires me on his running journey. He's always been there. He's run with us forever. And Celinda, celebrating getting over some health issues and getting to sail the Wonder. I'm glad that they get to do that. One of our great folks, guests over at the Magic for Less Travel, just glad that they got to sail on the Disney Wonder. They're going to have a wonderful cruise. Just want to say bon voyage here on a Monday.
That'll be fun.
Be a great time. All right. So let's get to the next question. You know what? It's almost Halloween, so that means it's time to talk New Year's Eve at Epcot. Here we go. It's from Cheryl. It says, hey, Mike, I'm headed to Walt Disney World for New Year's Eve with friends, with a little horn emoji. This is a bucket list item that we're checking off our list as we've heard you guys talk about New Year's Eve at Epcot on the podcast and really want to experience this. My question is, I have an Epcot theme park reservation with my annual pass, but my friends have 4-day park hopper tickets, date-based tickets. Since they can't make a theme park reservation with their date-based tickets, will their tickets still guarantee entry to Epcot on New Year's Eve, even with capacity limitations? Do you have any other tips for New Year's Eve at Epcot? We're staying at Old Key West, and we're considering renting a car to hopefully get to the resort sooner than Walt Disney World transportation after park close on New Year's Eve. Love the podcast. Thanks so much for all you guys do at the Magic for Less. Cheryl, well, thank you. That's very kind of you. First of all, don't drive.
Yeah, that was exactly.
Do not drive.
Don't drive. Absolutely
You'll
not.
be able to see your villa from Epcot. And you will still not get back until sunrise.
No.
I'm just telling you.
Mike is not wrong. Don't drive. Take Disney transportation. 100%. Getting out of Epcot, I have driven on New Year's Eve. Getting out of Epcot is torture because I was staying off property at my brother's apartment at the time. And so like it was awful. Do not drive. Absolutely take Disney transportation. It will be so much easier.
Cheryl, I'm taking your keys. If you try, I'm going to find you and take your keys to the rental car. Do not drive. Take a bus. I know that the bus lines will be long. It will be way better.
It'll be so
get out of that parking lot on New Year's Eve. Okay. So Pam, we've done New Year's Eve so many times. It is never, Epcot holds the world. I mean, not just
literally,
it's never close to capacity for us.
No, not where it doesn't open up again, like right after. Right. So here's the thing. The date-based tickets are not going to guarantee you access into Epcot. How it typically works is that, and this is how it used to work before you were able to make park reservations. They have different tiers at where they stop letting guests in depending on where they're at. And it stops first with stopping the parking lot, stopping people from entering the parking lot. And then it goes down from that point forward. So there's no guarantee, but we always say one of the things that you can do is get there at a certain time and you'll be good. And that certain time is actually in the evening. You'll be fine. Even at the Magic Kingdom, which is the first park to close to capacity, That usually is for a short period of time in the afternoon, and then it reopens again in the evening. It's sort of that late morning, early afternoon time that really seems the most impacted. So I'm guessing that you should be fine. Epcot rarely closes because of capacity issues. It just doesn't. It is the park that has the biggest wide open spaces. You will be amazed at how many of your close personal friends you're in that park with that night. But it is so fun and it's so worth it. And for the most part, everyone is so friendly and excited to be there and just as well behaved as a mass crowd could be. I will say
it's Disney. It's chaos, but it's Disney chaos.
It is, right?
Wow.
Yes.
It's fun. Yes. My biggest advice: make an ADR for say between 4 and 6, somewhere you want to be off your feet and you want to get a good meal in your stomach.
Yes.
And you just want to get some air conditioning or just get out of the elements. Could be cold, could be hot. You never know. But have an ADR and you want to have access to a bathroom without having to wait 30 minutes.
Yes.
True. Make sure
an ADR
go use the bathroom, right? Just make sure you use the bathroom at the restaurant. Make sure.
Yes. Don't leave without relief. Just
yes, 100%.
Put that on your
Everyone has to go. Use my grandma's rule. You might not think you have to go, but you have to go try.
You gotta go try.
This might be a top 10 listener question show by accident, I think.
Yeah.
You try when you get there and try it before you leave.
Because you don't want to have an accident when you're waiting for the fireworks later.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. That's my tip. So any other tips for New Year's Eve? I mean, it also make sure you get your noisemakers and stuff like that. They start handing those out usually around 6 or 7. Just follow the noise and
you'll find the noisemaker.
Yeah, you'll find it.
The biggest thing that I have is, know that you're not going to get a lot of attractions done that day. Just kind of go for the ambiance of the whole entire day. That's really what I go for because the attraction lines will be really long. Just obscenely long. You'll see lines that are huge. So that's always my suggestion. Walk around World Showcase a lot. Pack your patience because, there are going to be a lot of people there. So just know that, there will definitely be people in a party mood. So keep that in mind. And one of the most fun things is around World Showcase because they have these dance parties. And seriously, like just doing the dance parties and doing just random things around Epcot on, New Year's Eve is seriously the most fun part about the whole thing. It's just so much fun.
So, I mean, we've done it many, many times, and like you just gotta be ready to dance. Like, so typically, I mean, the last time I was there, we did a silent disco in Japan, which was a blast. You put the headphones, that's like what they do on the cruise line. The headphones on, everybody's dancing to different songs, and it's just for the people that don't have the headphones on, everybody looks like a bunch of idiots because like everybody's dancing, but I mean, everybody's dancing differently. And like they're just dancing it up, but there's no music that you hear like in the pavilion. It's so funny for everybody that's not listening to the music with the headphones. So it's fun for everybody, right? Because everybody's dancing, having a good time, and everybody that's not dancing is like, oh, these people look like a bunch of weirdos. China always has the like fire breathing dragon overhead that spits out fire right over your head while you're dancing to the DJ there. That's awesome. UK typically has like a Beatles type live band playing rock music. That's always fun to dance to. Italy is just like a techno typical band, and it is so loud. I mean, blasts your eardrums to oblivion. I mean, it's just you walk around World Showcase, and I mean, you are just dancing the night away, and then the fireworks just incredible. It is just I love Epcot at New Year's Eve. Even if you're not a dancer, you just get swept up in it. Because I'm not like, I don't like cut the rug every day, but I save it up for like New Year's Eve.
And what do you care? Like, you're not going to see these people again.
Exactly.
I mean, every once in a while I run into a listener, but I don't care. I'm dumb on this show all the time. I'm not changing.
Today is the perfect example.
If we were afraid of being dumb, we would never do this show.
I mean, I just prove it in public on New Year's Eve. All right, last question today. It's from Kevin down in the ATL.
I may be familiar with the ATL.
Possibly. Staying at Riverside for a quick daddy-daughter trip next Thursday to Sunday. What are all the transportation options to get from our resort to the International Gateway entrance at Epcot for rope drop and your choice for the best option? We are likely going to end the night at Hollywood Studios, so thinking parking there and taking the Skyliner. Appreciate any insight. Best Kevin. So he's at Riverside, and the best transportation options to get from Riverside to the International Gateway entrance. Like, I'm guessing they want to get to Remy's first.
Yeah,
Implying.
probably. So if you're parking over at Hollywood Studios, you can take the Skyliner over and you'll be at the International Gateway entrance. So that will be that will be an easy way of doing it. Any train, not only can you take the Skyliner from the Hollywood Studios entrance over, you can also take a boat, or you could take just the walking path, which is fun. I'm not quite sure how early the boat starts running, but it's taking people to Hollywood Studios, so it will be around that time as well. But I think parking at Hollywood Studios and then taking the Skyliner over is probably your best chance.
And if the boat's not running, you could walk. I mean, because you can walk pretty quickly. You can definitely walk it as fast as the boat, if not faster.
For sure. The boat's a nice ride, but yes, you can definitely walk faster.
Like a rope drop time's of the essence, right? And I mean, if they're going to the International Gateway, they're probably trying to beat the crowd to Remy. I'm just trying to guess.
Yes, probably. And you're right.
I have beat the boat from the studios too.
Yeah, definitely. We have too. Yeah. We've been like, okay, the boat's pulling out. Yeah, and we're starting.
Let's start the timer. Let's go.
I'm on a mission. I'm beating that boat. Yeah,
exactly.
So that's what I would do. Because if you're finishing at studios, you want to have your car there. Yeah, that's what I do. That's
for sure.
All right. Well, that is going to do it. You have a question for the show? Drop it in the old inbox. Mike at beourguestpodcast.com. We'll get that on the show right away. You could also join us next week, Monday, at around 5:30 Eastern. We'll be live. So just join us there. We'll be answering your questions. So come on over and join us as we record the podcast. Speaking of the podcast, we are always sponsored and brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, or Adventures by Disney vacation. You want to get out there with Disney? We can help you do that for no additional cost to you. Concierge level service when you book with us. I'll tell you what, one thing our guests get a kick out of, we give you little tips and hints and email reminders so that you are set up for success on every Disney vacation. If it's a Disney cruise, we say, hey, guess what? Your Disney ship has these adult dining locations called Palo and Remy. Well, if it has, if it's the Magic or the Wonder and it doesn't have it, we don't tell you that. We tell you what you have. But we get you excited. So you might say, Mike, I'm platinum. I know that. You know what? I'm platinum. And when I book my trips myself, I get my email reminders myself. You know what it does, though? It gets me pumped up for my next cruise. I send myself my own reminders. It just gets me excited. I'll tell you what. And sometimes I even need to be reminded of these things about, official government documents I need when it's getting close to check-in time because it's a couple weeks out. I get my ducks in a row. We give you those kind of tips just to make sure you're set up for success. But if you're super nerdy in a good way, and you just love your Disney vacations and you know it all in a good way, and that's a good thing because you listen to our show. We got you all set up. It just gets you pumped up. No additional cost to you. It's like a little pixie dust in your inbox. And you're supporting the show at the same time. So come on over, book that next trip with us. We want to show off. We want to earn your excitement, your trust. Come over to the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you out. Come over this week. Also, we'd love to help you. We'd love you to support us with when you shop on Amazon. Like my daughter, she broke her phone protector, so I had to buy another 7th one of those for her this week. So when you do that, when your daughter drops her phone as well, just go to beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And also, please support us on Patreon. $5 a month is all it takes, and you'll get a bonus show every week called Mike in the Midwest. Come over this week. We'd love to have you. Patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. Also, give us a follow on the social media. I'm at beourguestmike. Ricky's at Ricky Nibs. Pam's at TMFLT Pam. And you can find us on all the socials. And come over to the Clubhouse, beourguestpodcast.com/Clubhouse. That's where the conversation continues 24/7, 365. And of course, we'll have the live call-in show Sunday night. Join us, give us a call, be on the show, and just hang out with us to wrap up the weekend. Scott joins us. We have so much fun. We had over 100 folks tuned in Sunday night, and we had a hoot. I mean, we talked about posting up, scaring people. Again, like I said, Shaggy talked about how Max almost scared him out of his wits, and you'll have to find out how that all came out tomorrow on the feed. I'm not telling you, no spoilers here. All right, we'll be back again on Friday. We're going to have a good show for you. Getting ready to record it right now. But if you're not tuned in live, you got to wait 48 hours. That's just how podcasts work. So until we get back together again, for Rikki and Pam, I'm Mike. You guys stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. All right, say that one. That show was very...
Yeah.
I cracked myself.
No.
Oh,
Wait.
I think we need to do a BOGP dance party.
Oh my God.
In between shows. Each time we're going to rotate who's responsible for bringing a song.
Stop. Oh my God. Hang on, let me get that.
And some of you listeners will get a song assigned too, because Mike doesn't let anyone slide.
No.
That's true. Everybody gets the song.
Hold on.
And I'll just say roll tide to you.
No, stop.
What? That's for Lisa.
And I'll just say roll tide to you.
Oh my God. Dork.
She's in Mobile, Alabama. I know
that.
our listeners. No other podcast knows their listeners like we do. I mean, shout out to them. Look at that. Look.
Truth.
Yeah.
And I'll just say roll tide to you.
That took me 45 minutes to find that clipping. Like getting just
Oh my gosh.
at a press conference. Some Japanese people that like yelled at him. He was overseas, and like some Japanese people like roll tided him because he was in Japan. He was shocked that they knew who he was. And he's like, are you shocked that people in Japan know who you are? And he's like, I don't know. I would just say roll tide to you.
Oh my God.
It was like a real long answer.
Okay, well then. There's
Just a jump to the left. I used to play that when I DJ'd wedding receptions. And then a step to the right. Oh my gosh, roller skating. Don't make me have to shuffle here.
No.
Roller skating.
Yes.
M-I-C!
Oh my.
That was loud.
I could make it louder.
No, do not.
Wait till 65 grand of my brethren are yelling that.
Oh my goodness.
Vanderbilt.
All right, so what are we doing for a show?
I seriously said 65, and I'm like, okay, Mike, well, you're not that far off. So.
Okay, we're just going to ask each other questions.
Okay.
Just random. Like, why do you eat at Taco Bell?
Right, exactly. What's your obsession with Taco Bell, Mike?
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
That's why.
Why? What would you get there?
I could just use my soundboard for the whole show. I'm just not going to say
I can say, like, Rikki, if you had to eat at Taco Bell, what would you get?
Well, that's the show. But it has to be Disney related. It's just going to be dumb questions.
All right.
All right, dumb questions. That'll
That's
be
it.
the name of the
Like,
show.
what's your order at Pecos Bills or something?
All right.
like that.
That's fair enough. Yes.
Great. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, we're going with it.
Dumb questions. Yes.
Okay, dumb questions and that's what's going to be the title of the show. Dumb questions for 500, Alex.
I love it.
Totally
Yes.
going to show this.
That's it.
Oh my God, we've lost it because I'm
We've
so
lost our
hungry
marbles.
right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Dumb
Maybe
questions.
you need a snack before we
Maybe
start.
he ate a snack. He ate the Uncrustable.
A bigger snack.
He needs a bigger snack for sure. Yes.
I need a chili cheese burrito stat.
No, that's not a snack.
It's not a snack.
It is.
No.
A double stack taco for 500, Alex.
Oh my God.
Oh
All
my
right, here we
gosh.
go. Here we go. I got Rocky Horror Picture Show song in my head. Just a step to the right and a jump to the left. Okay, I can't mess around with the soundboard anymore. I love that thing. That's the best money ever spent. Okay, what number are we on? 55255. There we go. Welcome to episode 2559 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're having a great start to the weekend because you know what? When the Friday Be Our Guest Podcast episode hits your feed, it is officially the weekend That's what we say here on the show, and that's how it's going to be. So get ready and just let's make it a great one. Today, we are going to, I'm just going to officially call it right now, 42 seconds into the podcast. It's going to be a little bit off the rails today. We're going to have a good time. It's the middle of September, and we are just going to ask each other some fun Disney questions that maybe you've always wondered. You probably haven't, but you know, we were just really like racking our brains for a topic for the Friday show. And I'll be honest, we have done 2,650 Disney podcasts at this point, and my brain just gave out on this Friday. So today, we're going to see what you think about this one. We're just going to ask, they're all going to be Disney topics, and I think maybe you'll learn a little bit more about your 3 hopefully favorite podcasters by the end of the next 40 minutes. So today, joining me for this scary, spooky, and hopefully slightly interesting journey down an incredible path, we have Rikki from a DisneyWorldAfterAll.com and the Mouse for Less. Rikki, happy Friday. Let's see where this journey takes us.
Happy Friday. Well, this weekend for me is spooky and scary. Both, because I am going down to Disney this weekend and I'm doing both spooky and scary things because I am going to, the first is the scary, which is Halloween Horror Nights. So I'm doing that. Yeah, exactly. I'm doing that on Saturday night. I will not be going in the houses because I'm a big chicken. But I like going to Halloween Horror Nights for the atmosphere, and I keep my eyes on the characters. I will be looking out for Goofy with a chainsaw. Roar! Yes, you knew it had come. Yeah, it's just, I like to eat the food. They have some fantastic food. They have, was that a chainsaw?
Yes.
Okay.
You didn't give me enough time. They caught me by surprise.
I'm sorry. So does Goofy with his chainsaw. So I'm just saying. But
you don't expect it.
You don't expect it. Exactly.
September. I got it ready for October.
You got it. You were not ready. Yes. But one thing I'm really excited to try, besides getting my favorite, which is the Twisted Taters at Halloween Horror Nights, because those are so good. But they have a Ghostbusters s'mores thing, and it looks like the Stay Puft Marshmallow. I'm really excited for that. I'm so excited for that one. Yeah. So that's that. And then my Sunday is going to be spent seeing Mickey and his Boo to You parade with Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So I'm very excited about that as well. I haven't been in a couple years. It is by far my favorite thing that Disney does. And so I'm really excited to get to go to it again. It's been a while, and Brian and I were talking, and actually we were supposed to go a couple years back. But then I found out that I was pregnant and I was very, very sick. And so we didn't end up using the tickets. So luckily the tickets were still in my profile. So Disney let me use the value of the tickets to pay for these tickets, and then I had to pay a little extra because prices went up. But I still was very grateful that they allowed me to do that. So yep, I'm going to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party on Sunday, so I'm very excited about that too.
So Brian was supposed to go to like a preacher school this weekend.
You're supposed to go to a pastor's convention.
So now you're going to Universal and celebrating Satan's holiday.
Exactly. Yes, that makes complete sense, right? So yeah, we're good.
That's a 180 if I ever heard one.
Complete 180. Yeah. So Brian goes in the houses though. I don't know if he's gonna do it this year because my brother usually goes with us and Kevin, and so I think they have somebody in town this weekend, so I don't know if they'll be going to Halloween Horror Nights with us or not. So it may just be me and Brian, and since I don't go in houses, Brian's like, well, I don't know if I'm going to go in the houses. And I'm like, I'll just go in the houses. I'll stand with you in line, and then I'll take chicken exit on the way. So it's fine. So you can experience. I
think this is called a moral dilemma. But we'll get to today's topic. I can't wait. Pam Forrester, she's joining me from the mouse. From that note, she's actually the coder of the Magic for Less travel. Again, protein needed.
Whatever. Some website somewhere.
It is. I mean, you are slightly affiliated with the Mouse for Less as well.
You are. Yes.
You are affiliated with everything. What's going on?
Wow. My reach has just expanded.
You are global. You are a global phenomenon.
You are a global phenomenon.
Wow.
Pam Forrester, global phenomenon.
Right. I need to
change your bottom third, please.
Yeah, I gotta look at my business card.
I was going to say, you need to out new business cards for you for
Am
sure.
I doing myself justice? I didn't
No.
even know this.
I like it.
Too funny. I think my family would find that pretty
Yeah,
hysterical.
you're good. Announce yourself into dinner tonight. Global finale.
Oh, I'm going to. When I leave my office tonight, I'm going to be like, boom. I don't think y'all knew, but just
I'm
so
all
you
over
do.
I'm all over this now. I'm so excited about this.
I'm going to be like, I need a dinner befitting my global.
Oh my
I don't know what that
God.
is though. So, anyways, yes, happy Friday.
Maybe.
I'm excited that we're doing this because this is one of those shows that I think that we talk about doing something like this, and when we do it, it goes over better than we thought it would.
Yeah, this
Or
is true.
We'll
it could
see.
just
I
be
mean, the
shenanigans. Yeah.
title of the show is Stupid Questions for 500 Alex. So,
Yes.
I mean, what are you going to get? So here we go. Here's what I'm thinking. Okay, so here we
We're
go.
setting the bar low,
We're setting
first
the
of
bar
all.
very
So I
low.
think that's yes for us.
So here's my first question for you two ladies.
Okay.
We're going to Columbia Harbor House.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What is your order at Columbia Harbor House? See, we're going to learn about the panelists today. This is like,
We
I don't know,
are.
this is like the dating game or love connection, or I don't know, what is this?
Love connection.
Love
Dude,
connection.
we're
I don't
not
think none of the three of us are playing love
Well, we're
connection.
not
I'm just-
dating each other, but I'm saying, like, I mean, we're going to learn like all kinds of information.
Well, we all love each other, but not
yes, but
romantically.
not in that way.
We
Yes,
just did
there's a
podcast
big
together
difference.
This long, we have to have loved each other. Okay, so here we go. So,
Big difference.
but what is your go-to order, Rikki, at Columbia Harbor? I mean, do you not have this? I mean, like, I don't deviate. I get the same thing every day.
I
You
do
know-
deviate. We are
Oh,
not,
yeah.
Rikki and I are not
No,
you.
Yep, and I
We
do
don't
not
all go to the same place and order the same thing every dang
Every
time.
day. every
It's
day
simple that
Monday.
way. You don't have to think. It's just boom.
Or
Sometimes I
can-
like thinking.
exactly.
There's my
Or-
quote.
Sometimes I like thinking, or sometimes I like to listen to my stomach, and you know, it tells me what I'd like to eat.
Yes.
Sometimes I don't want to eat the
That's
same
so
thing
weird.
every day.
Right.
Like you know, some days I'm in the mood for a lobster roll at Columbia Harbor House, but I think in this moment, what I'm craving is the clam chowder. Now, granted, I'm gonna be there this weekend, and I've already looked up the weather, and it's 100 freaking degrees basically. So clam chowder may not be the best choice,
It's probably off the
but
table.
probably not a good option. But that's what I would want as of right now in this current moment. I would like the clam chowder. That's me sitting at home, though. You know, when you get in the parks, it's gonna be like, oh my god, clam chowder was a bad choice. Do not get the clam chowder right now.
All right, Pam Forrester, what is your go-to order at Columbia Harbor House?
So I would probably get either the shrimp skewer platter, which isn't fried, they're grilled shrimp.
Yeah, they are grilled.
Except I don't like green beans. I know, right? I like every kind of crazy vegetable in the world. I do not like green beans. So sometimes I ask if they can sub something in for that. Some places can, some places can't. Or sometimes I'll get like the shrimp salad, which again are grilled shrimp, and it's a good salad too. It has pepperoncini and olives and capers and stuff like that. So it's good too. I don't really love like fried fish or chicken. So
With you.
That's
Yeah,
where-
it depends.
that's where
It
I'm at.
depends on where I'm going. I mean, if it's
Yeah.
Captain D's, I'm not eating that. If it's Long John Silver's, then maybe.
and Mike, what are you getting? As
Quick
if
Long John Silver story. My grandma used to take us there, and honest to God, I think I got for my meal when I was a kid at Long John Silver's. Do you remember the crumbles that you used to be able to get? Like they were at
Absolutely.
the bottom of the thing.
Yes.
I thought that was like a meal that you
That was
could
the
order.
best part of going to Long John
Grandma
Silver's.
would order that for me. Like I didn't know you could get like fish or chicken. Like I got the crumbles. I think that was my meal. Like
You
with some
didn't
hush
get
puppies.
actual protein. You literally got fried.
I got that in hush
crumbles.
puppies. Looking back, my grandma was awesome.
Mike,
God
no
bless
wonder
grandma.
you have some of the health problems you had. This is
Good
all
old-
making
yeah.
way more sense. Mike just ate crumbles
Yeah.
as
Well,
a child growing
that's
up.
why I was hospitalized a couple weeks ago. They're like, what did your grandma feed you? She's from Kentucky.
Crumbles.
Yeah, okay.
An actual conversation that happened with my family last weekend as we drove to one of the towns that's sort of near us, which also happened to be the town where the former President Trump almost got shot.
Oops.
We were in that town and there was a Long John Silver's there, and my family was all like, is that open? Like, is that still an open, functioning
Long John
restaurant?
Silver's. Nice.
And apparently it is.
I haven't been to Long John Silver's in a little bit, but I love Long John Silver's, but they kind of lost it when they stopped giving out the pirate hats and like it. And they had the boardwalk with the ropes at the front. Like, still have the boardwalk with the ropes. But besides that, my go-to order used to always be the seafood the trio platter thing that came with the fish plank, the chicken, and the shrimp.
Yes,
that was solid. Right. You didn't have to make a choice. You got everything, and you got fries, and I think you got hush puppies. By the way, hush puppies are back as of this week at Columbia Harbor House because they were gone for a while. But I also got a side of clam chowder, so I got both because I do love. And I don't care.
Clam chowder?
Yes, they have clam chowder. You just said you wanted clam chowder.
Oh no, I thought you were talking about Long John Silver's still.
Oh, we're back at Columbia Harbor.
Okay, I'm sorry. My bad.
10 minutes ago, that was your go-to order. Like, what are you?
We're already completely off the rails.
Like, you making me feel like I had a stroke. I'm like, I just heard you talk about clam chowder 10 minutes ago. Okay, so anyway, I get the clam chowder on the side, even though it's kind of a big order, but I'm a big guy. But in the last like 5 years, because I've heard all the people up in the Northeast rave about lobster rolls, and I'd never had one until about maybe 5 years ago. I love lobster rolls. So I've moved to a lobster roll and clam chowder. That's my go-to now.
All right, that's a good choice.
Love fried food. But that thing is expensive, and it's not that big. I mean, it's like a little sandwich for it's like $17.
You're eating lobster. That's why.
I know. I'd rather go to the fried stuff. It fills you up better. So that's round one. All right, Rikki, give us a question. that was just a mess. That was about what I expected this show was going to go like.
Yep, pretty much. Check.
Ding. We hit that one. Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope my question is a little more less convoluted. I'm gonna just ask the question of, when you go around World Showcase, are you going towards Mexico or are you going towards Canada? Because that's an actual decision that needs to be made for sure. So I'm gonna go with Mike on this one first. Mexico or Canada? Which way are you going?
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Yeah, I knew that one was coming. I mean, that's why I went to you first.
Next.
Yeah, exactly. Next. Done and done. That's the answer there. There's no more.
We do usually head toward Mexico first. It's just one of those things. I will not say it's 100%. Yes. But I will say that it happens more often than not.
So honestly, for us, we don't really, it kind of depends on which direction we're coming from. So a lot of times we'll do 50-50. So a lot of times I will go the Canada route. And we'll go around. I know it's the wrong route technically, but I know you're supposed to start in Mexico. But we will go through Canada a lot of times and start that way and go around that way. Actually, my last trip to Epcot, when I was there by myself a couple weeks ago, I went Canada first. So yeah, that's the way, because I was looking for anywhere to sit because it was hot and I wanted to eat my sweet potato mousse that came from World Showcase, which, by the way, the sweet potato mousse stuff from World Showcase is amazing.
It sounds disgusting. The sweet potato mousse, because when I think of mousse, I think of chocolate mousse, like pudding. And when I think of sweet potatoes, I don't think of anything sweet.
It's like a sweet potato pie.
Yeah, it's kind of it's got caramel and pecans on it, and it's frozen. They freeze. What is it? Freeze dry? Not freeze dry it. It's they put it in the ice. Or the
nitro.
Yeah, the nitro. Yes, that's it. And it's really good. I got that, and it was so hot out, and I just wanted a place to sit, so I went to Canada first. So
just give me some of those crunchies from Long John Silver.
Stop. Yes, that's Mike's. All he wants is the crunchies, and he's happy. Yeah, that's it. That's the answer. So.
And a margarita. Okay.
There you go.
You know what's good though is the malt vinegar on your crunchies. Got to have that. That's key. Just saying. All right, Pam, what you got?
So I'm asking, what is your favorite on attraction photo pass opportunity?
Oh,
Rikki.
Man. Oh, this is tough. This one really is tough.
I know.
I think I'm gonna go with Haunted Mansion. Because I always try to make just the most ridiculous space on the Haunted Mansion. Matter of fact, there's a picture of in here in my Disney room of my brother and I on the Haunted Mansion, and we're just grasping each other for dear life, scared out of our minds, looking like, because we can always do some of the most fun things on the Haunted Mansion. So I think that's my favorite.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's a really good one, but this is really a hard choice. I'm not gonna lie.
It is. There's a bunch of good ones.
Okay, so this is coming from somebody who taught gifted elementary school for years and years, and I was a gifted student, right? So it's coming from somebody who had a gifted slant on his brain and taught gifted kids. So I was in this environment for years with those kind of whacked out thinking. Answer: Pirates. Because when you look at those pictures that you have over the years from those PhotoPass pictures on Pirates, they're the most whacked out PhotoPass pictures ever, because like 90% of the boat is not looking the right way.
True.
It's the worst picture ever. Like everybody's like even looking over at that like skeleton pirate, and like you'll see like 1 or 2 people out of like 18 that actually look over the right way. And if they're looking right way, usually they're like,
yeah, it's me. I'm posing
on their face. It's the worst picture every single time that I get a PhotoPass, and it cracks me up because it's just like the most random collection of people looking different ways. Somebody's like looking down, somebody's itching their armpit. It's because it's not like nobody's like scared or anything. It's just people living their life in a boat, looking all their.
And you get the full boat. That's the thing that makes it so fantastic.
You do.
It's not just your party; it's everyone in your boat. You can see everything that's going on in your boat. Like it's
a snapshot of America.
It is. It truly.
The world, actually. It's not even America. It's the whole world in that boat.
Yeah,
that's my stupid gifted mind thinking. Okay, Pam, what do you got?
So mine is actually the Seven Dwarfs, because I think you get like a whole video with it. And it's not just a video, you get like slow-mo video. It's like, I think that was like one of the ones where they were like, okay, we're going to show them what we can really do here now with an attraction, not just photo, but video. And you're going down a hill and you get the slow-mo, and they put in some cuts from the attraction, and they make that all like that. And I just like looking back on those. They're just fun. It's not everything that you get a video with, and I just sort of like that aspect of it.
That is a good one. That's because I don't get on that attraction enough anymore.
I know.
I agree. I don't either.
They made it so hard.
They have made it so hard.
Attraction. I don't know. Like mentally, I think that I'm just like, oh, too hard. Check.
Yep. Me too. I'm like,
even if you're there in the morning, like because they stack that in the morning. So they let the line like wrap around the mountain in the morning and just rolling up on it. You think I'm getting my family to wait? No. And they're like, no, we've done it.
The thing is, like, even like us, like I'm talking to the collective, everybody listening to our show today. Everybody hug, right? We're all hugging, all thousands of us, all group hug, right? Like we know we can probably get through that pretty quickly.
Yes.
Like, sell our significant others, like our traveling party. They're like,
yes,
we're not getting in that line.
Look, here's the deal.
We're not getting that thing right now because it's wrapped around the mountain. We're like, no. Let me tell you, we can. Nope, we're moving on.
I'm going to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party this weekend, right? Like one of the times when that attraction doesn't have necessarily the longest line, and I'm still probably not going to ride it because I'm like, no, it's okay. I'm not waiting 30 minutes or 45 minutes for that when I have party time going. So that's still too long for me. I'm out. So if it was like 20 minutes, I'd be like, okay, I can wait that. But it always says like an hour, and I said no, I'm not doing that.
All right, you ready? I got a 2-parter.
Uh-oh.
Okay, here we go. Get ready. So here we go. Ready? Here we go.
Sort of.
So, first part, favorite song on Cosmic Rewind.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Whoa. Second part, you get to add a 6th song to Cosmic Rewind, but it must fit the genre. Like it must fit that 70s, 80s.
I got it.
For the ride. Okay. We're going to Pam first because Ricky's so excited. I'm making her wait. I'm making her wait because I love her because I can do her because I'm the teacher.
So
you didn't get paid much and you got abused all the time as a teacher, but every once in a while you got like an ounce of authority, and that's what you had to ride on. That was it. Pam, what do you got?
So the favorite song on that is, of course, September.
Correct. That is the correct answer. That's
I
mine.
know.
Yes,
I
that
know.
is. And by the way,
Definitely.
on September 21st, coming
It
up
is?
all day, all night.
I
baby.
know. I'm so
such a good
excited
song.
about
That's
it.
this weekend. That's this weekend.
Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah.
I know. And there's a couple good ones that could be on this. Okay, so before I heard all your caveats, one of the first ones that I thought of was I thought Immortals would be, because you didn't say the 70s and 80s genre.
It's gotta fit like these
I
other
know.
five songs.
I get what you're saying. Come back to me on this one. Let me think about this one just a
I
little
have the
bit.
perfect song.
You
All
and
right.
I probably have the same song.
I
I'm
doubt
gonna
it.
go. Okay.
Do you want me to
All right,
run?
so
You
let-
No,
go-
I'm gonna go first. Let me go first.
Okay, what's your favorite? I know your favorite song's Conga.
I mean, I still to this day have not had conga, and
Is that your favorite?
but I want it so bad, and that's why I haven't had it. I love September though. So September is so much fun. It's really like just a jam out song. Conga is because I have family ties to that song, so like it just makes me think of my family, which is why I want the song so bad and haven't had it.
Yep. VFW Hall in Florissant, Missouri.
Yes, and it just makes me think of my mom. But the song that I really, 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 really would like to have is Celebration by It's Cool in the Gang, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes!
Yep.
I think that would be an awesome song. I would jam out to that song so freaking hard. Not even gonna lie. I would just be partying the entire time. Because the last time I had One Way or Another, and I literally I was dancing the whole entire time. Matter of fact, speaking of Pam's question about the last one, the photo pass, my photo pass picture in that is just classic because I'm going like this because I'm like jamming out to the song. I'm completely excited. So hands up in the air, just jamming out. So I would love for Celebration. I think that would be just killer right there. Put it on.
Good one, because they used that for the 82 Cardinals when they won the World Series.
That's true.
I'm a little older than you, but that was like their song when they won the World
Yes.
Series in 82 back at the St. Louis Cardinals. So that's
Yeah.
an 80 song. My, against September, best song.
Yes.
But the perfect song to add, Crazy Train by Ozzy.
Ooh,
Dude,
you're right.
hit
I would not think of that one. Yeah.
And you're blasting on it. Because they play that at the Mizzou game. We take the field crazy.
You know what
Flying
makes me
around.
you know
Oh,
what I
man.
think of every time I hear that song
I'm not
is
even right it.
is Six Flags, because at Fright Fest, because they would do the train and they do like a Fright Fest like haunted train ride, and they would always play Crazy Train on it. That's what makes me think of it at that point.
I didn't know
So
that. But
yeah.
Crazy Train, that'd be,
But that's
oh
not bad. That's
Lord,
not
that'd
bad.
be okay. Pam, what do you
All right, yes, I did. I was really like, I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? I was really thinking about this. First of all, I think that one of the songs that should be added is a little Michael Jackson, and it should be PYT.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
I know. But my second one was another Cool in the Gang song, which I thought "Get Down on It" would be a
Oh,
great
that
one
would
to
be
be on.
good. That would be good. Yes. That would be good.
So these are
you
No,
come back
not
into the
this one.
station.
Not this one. This one
When
would
you
not
come
work.
back into the station, boy.
Not this one. Not this one.
too funny. Oh my gosh.
All right, that's
Sexy
good.
Sax. That's what
good.
that's called. That's good. Oh, that's fun. Okay, Ricky, what you got? Give us another question.
All right, you have to meet one set of characters. Do you meet a face character or do you meet a non-face character? So, one that can talk to you or one that has to mime to you a little bit more. So, Mike, which one are you going with?
Advantages and disadvantages to both is in
Truth.
Yes.
male, especially if you're meeting solo. So
I didn't say you had to meet a princess. I just said you had to meet a face
I didn't
character.
say that either. I didn't
You
do
can
it.
meet like Peter Pan.
That's still weird. I'm just saying, I just think that's weird for me. I mean, I know everybody does their own thing. Because like face, you're like face to face, right?
Yes.
Like I don't want to say this out loud, but like I'm dealing with somebody half my age. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's a weird interaction, right? Peter
I got
Pan
you.
he never grew up. He's an eternal kid,
That's
right?
right. That's right.
Like,
Yeah.
what am I talking about? You know, like we probably don't share the same interests. Like he's probably not a Mizzou fan.
He's probably not. No, he probably would not know what football is.
Drink, you know, like we're not probably talking about Luther Burden Jr. trying to win the Heisman. Like, we just don't have a ton to talk about. So face to face, it's kind of hard to have that conversation. Then you got the dilemma with the I want to say the fuzzies. I saw a thing on TV about people that I saw a news story the other day, like, and it's still like it's living in my brain about people that walk around like with the heads on, like it's
yeah.
It was on the news. Like this dude had a tail and stuff, and he walked around and
they
like
have conventions. Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah,
I didn't know it was a thing. Like I just saw this thing.
thing.
It was actually on the news. Like this guy was like in a Starbucks, like with he had like a raccoon head on or something. Anyway. Like the non-face characters, the costume characters. So there you got to play, like you have to like lead the conversation 100%, right? And yes. I'm not great at that. Even I've got 2,600 episodes of a podcast.
Yes, we can see that with this episode. Yes.
So it's really, like Mickey, he acts it all out for me and stuff when I get my pictures of my medals and stuff. But sometimes, I feel like I'm not getting what he's dishing out all the time.
There's a lot of
yeah.
Are
you like saying, should I make my muscle? I don't have a big muscle. I just ran. Like my legs are big, but I don't have big, arm muscles. Like, why are you just saying you're proud of me? Like, is that why you're making the arm muscle thing? I'm not sure. I'm kind of confused. And so it has all kinds of dilemmas. So face or the costume characters, I'd probably go costume, but they all have their trepidation both ways. So Rikki, what do you got? Or no, you asked the question, Pam.
So I'm going now?
Yes.
Like you're asking me.
Take over, please. Okay. Save me.
All right. I'm going to go with the face character just because like you can ask them more thoughtful questions and there can be a little bit of like a communication back and forth for that. And so I prefer that. I like you, Mike, like at some point the character not being able to talk, it's like things get awkward. Like I want to be like, okay, we're good. We're done now. Like, thank you. Like, I always feel like I'm like, thank you. Okay. Like I'm wrapping it up. Yes. Yeah,
when you get this, is this a universal like sign to move on? Like when they give you the
yeah, let's go. Yeah.
The arm whoop.
Be like, thanks, Mickey.
Yeah, Mickey.
Yes. How about you, Rikki? What would you do?
So I also have Mike's same trepidation. I think I have more trouble with the face characters though. And I don't know why, because they, I don't know. I feel like those interactions for me are always a little more awkward. So I'm kind of on the face character train on this one. I think I'd rather go meet, one of the other characters. So this is.
But now for Mallory, when she was little, I loved her.
Yeah.
That was the bomb because the face characters were just like perfect. Like when she met Cinderella or Ariel or whoever, like it was just Belle. It was like, oh my gosh, it was not the meeting Mickey and Tigger and all that was not awesome too. That was great, but just the pictures of because the interactions were just, that's exactly why you go to Walt Disney World. Like for your kids, that's awesome. I'm just saying, if you're a single adult, it is. For me, I'm just awkward as it is. And it's just super awkward for me because I don't know the backstory of the movies for one thing. So I can't I don't know the questions to ask. Like, Shaggy says yes, Ariel. I do know that Ariel got her legs. I've seen The Little Mermaid a million times because that was Paige's favorite movie. That is something. But I freeze up. It's just weird. Like I wouldn't know what to ask. I just can I take a picture and get out.
Yeah.
I don't get
now we went to 1900 Park Fair and we had Lucy with us and it was a great interaction with Cinderella because she was pointing out the dress to Lucy and there's the swirls on the dress and she was pointing those out and things like that. So that was really cool to watch that interaction for sure. But then some of the other face characters didn't have they weren't as into talking to Lucy or trying to interact with her, so it was a little more awkward with that too. So I think it depends, but I think I would at this stage in the game I would prefer not face, but we'll see this weekend. We're taking her to Animal Kingdom, so we'll see how that goes. Maybe we'll meet Moana or somebody like that.
Good deal. All right, Pam Forster, give us a question.
All right. So, what is your favorite restroom located in the parks? Now we all know that we have them, right?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, Mike. Then to you first.
It's the one in the Imagination Pavilion at Epcot.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because it has the old loop.
It's got the old loop. It's got the old like ceramic tile. Nobody's in there. It's Mike Roman's private restroom. Yep. You're in there. Get out. Get out.
For now.
Yeah.
Well, it's our private restroom, gentlemen.
That's true.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. Rikki, what about you?
I have ones that I just tend to use a lot. So I think I'm probably gonna go. I probably will do the one by Pirates. I feel like that's a little tucked away. People don't necessarily know it's there as much, so I feel like it's a little more private. I do like, however, the one in. Let's put it this way. I like any of them where you go around the corner and there's actually more bathrooms around the corner and it's like surprise bathrooms and you're like, yay, there's extra ones here. So I tend to like to use those restrooms. I think there's one in the land that's like that a lot. So I like the ones where I can go back around the corner and be a little more private.
All right, Pam, what do you got?
I like my favorite one is the one in Epcot in America.
That's a good one too. Yeah.
It's huge. It's almost always clean. It's one of the newer ones. There's like, you can like go into them and then there's a division and then there's more like going there.
Exactly.
It like seems to go on for forever. And I just like that one. It seems to be like at a place where it's never too far away from you. I can always be like, I'm going to wait till America.
I'm going to go to America.
Those are the best bathrooms. So,
all right. Yeah. So here's my next question then. Let's dovetail on this. Least favorite bathrooms.
Oh, dude, the breezeway between Adventureland and Frontierland. I hate that.
That is a bad one. I agree with that. Yes.
Dude, I can almost smell them things from here.
Smell them from here? Yikes.
Sometimes.
Yikes.
For me, it's Germany. In Germany and Epcot.
That is also a bad one.
It's small.
Beer.
Yes. It's small. I just feel like I've had trauma. Like, I just I can't. I just don't.
A lot of digestive systems have had.
Yeah, I'm just like, no, I don't like that.
Thank you. All right. Well, so mine is also in World Showcase, and I think they just updated it, but they're still terrible. The Morocco Pavilion. Those bathrooms are awful. They're always packed because
those were my secret ones on New Year's Eve.
No.
What was the sit down restaurant back there?
Well, those are different.
Oh, that's different. Yeah,
that's different. No, I'm talking about the ones that are right along the main pathway in Morocco. Like you walk past them and just everybody's in the bathroom. And
I think because it's just so wide open, everyone sees them, and then they're like, "Oh, you're going to stop and go there." Yes, exactly.
So that's. And I think the same is true with the Germany bathrooms. I think those are the problems with those two bathrooms is they're just visible.
Way out there in the open.
Yes.
There's some pretty gnarly ones up in the old Future World, kind of outside of Creations, the shop there by Test Track.
Oh,
kind of in between there.
Yeah, but they just updated them. They do look nicer, but they do probably get used a lot, I think. So especially because Mission Space is right there. So and I think those get used a lot.
The ones back there by the land aren't that great either. Like across from the land.
Oh yeah, across from the land. Yeah. Because again, they're so visible.
Those are the mirror image of the ones I'm talking about.
Yes, those are. They're so visible.
Yes.
That's true.
The Adventureland ones are the ones in that breezeway are the worst.
You know where there's a good bathroom? This is not the bathroom episode, but we've totally gone that route. There's a really good one over in over by Star Wars Launch Bay. Off the side. Those are really not a lot of people know those.
Galaxy's Edge restrooms are top notch. Lots of
those are really well themed.
They are well themed,
Lots of SGs on those. As Scotty rates them. Lots of SGs and
yes.
Okay. One last quick lightning round. Okay, here we go. So you get to only go on go to Walt Disney World one time next year in 2025. and it can only be in 1 month. You get to pick 1 month to travel in out of the 12. What's the best month? You only get to go in one of the calendar months. So which month has the best prime vacationing for Walt Disney World? Rikki.
Easy. It's what we used to do before we started going all the time. September is the best month for us, because the kids are back in school, the parks are not as crowded. They have the Halloween party, which we adore, and I just feel like, most things are open. It's still hot, but it's not. It's still blazing hot, but you can kind of get away with it a little bit better in September. So I honestly, September has always been my favorite month to go in. So hands down, I would say September.
It's a good month. It's September right now.
It is. I know, right?
It's perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Pam Force, you get one trip. What month is the perfect month you're going to take that trip?
I'm going in December. I love the holiday decor so much. I love Shaggy agrees. Yes, I agree, Shaggy. That's where I'm at. I love the decorations. I love the party. I love the holidays around the world. I just love everything about it. And I love how great the resorts look. And it's, that you're going to need a sweatshirt in the evening. And I love that. So yeah, December.
I'd probably do January just so I could do it again, my marathon weekend. And you still get during marathon weekend, you still get to hear the Christmas background loops, which I'm a big Christmas person. You get to see the Christmas decorations, the trees, all the stuff. So you get a little, because I'm a huge Christmas person, you get a taste of Christmas at Walt Disney World, and you get to run the races, and the weather it's cold and it's not perfect, but you get a little Christmas, a little running. That's probably it. If I had. It's not the best. You're sacrificing a lot of good weather. It's a kind of a sacrifice, but that's what I'm doing, so I'm going to stick with it. So,
okay, all right.
You miss out on the other stuff though, like on the other side of Christmas, like candlelight processional, all that.
Yeah, you do.
Holiday events, or Santa Claus is back to the North Pole, stuff like that. So, but he works hard. Okay, Rikki, lightning round one.
All right, best attraction pre-show, past or present. So, Mike, you're up.
Phenomenon.
Yes. Okay, good.
Muppets.
Muppets is definitely that's top tier.
Oh my gosh.
That is top tier. Like, that's almost better than the show, and I say almost, but it's
the
close.
union sent me.
It's close. Yeah.
It's the best.
By the light.
The silvery moon.
Oh my god.
Okay, Pam, what you got?
Okay, this is gonna go way, way back. But there used to be a pre-show. There used to be a Lion King show in the Magic Kingdom. This is way back. But when Han was little, this was there. I think we got to see it like once before it closed up for PhilharMagic. But they did like a puppet, like there were puppets.
Cool.
And it was really good. And it really sort of led you into the Lion King. And it was sort of a puppety show too. So it was a good show. Yeah, it was good. Look it up. I'm sure someone has it up on YouTube.
I'm sure.
Legend of the Lion King, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. I think that's amazing. So I have to go classic on this one. I like the Haunted Mansion pre-show. I think it's one of the best ones out there. I like it better how it used to be when when I was a kid. I remember the cast members would play with you a little bit more and make it a little more terrifying. Now it's like herding cats in there. So I get why they don't make it as terrifying, but like they'd stand behind you, and like when the lights went out, they'd like breathe on your neck and go rah, and stuff like that. So like I
get you sent to human resources.
Yeah, that would get, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Maybe it's why I'm excited about going to Halloween Horror Nights this weekend. I don't know. For the girl that doesn't like to be scared, I sure have a lot of things that I enjoy that terrify me. I don't understand my mentality, but it's fine. So yeah, I think the Haunted Mansion, I think that's always been just a favorite of mine of a pre-show. And like I said, I hate that they herd you in like cats now, but it is what it is. So.
All right, Pam Forrester, bring this plane down to the runway.
Okay. Here we go. So my question is about the My Disney Experience app. And I know it gets a lot of like criticism, but there are some parts of it that are genuinely awesome. So what part of the My Disney Experience app do you like, or do you use the most, or do you love, whatever?
Okay. All right. Well, I like the walk up wait list. I think when I was down there a couple of weeks ago, I used it a lot when I was there because obviously it was just me and I was looking for anywhere to eat, and would pop in on there and would just that's how I got a beaches and cream reservation. Right at that time because they had availability. The only thing I wish that it had, and I get why they don't do it this way, but I wish it had a little more flexibility in the distance you were from the location.
They can't do that because people, people would.
I know. But like
out on iDrive and be like,
"Yep,
I'm clicking, I'm here."
I get it, but there are times when I'm at my brother's apartment and I know, I can make it there in 15, 20 minutes, and I wish that I could actually get there, and I wish I could make the reservation. But when I was trying to get beaches and cream, though, it would not allow me to do it when I was in Epcot. And I was standing like right by, the International Gateway. I was standing in France and I was standing in England, and it still would not let me make the reservation, even though I could absolutely have. It said like there was a 20-minute wait. I could have absolutely made it over there in 20 minutes. So I wish there was a little more flexibility of like you're close enough by that you could make it. Like if you're within like a 5-mile radius or something like that, like I feel like you should be able to get that reservation, but that's just me. So yeah. But anyway, I like the walk-up wait list. I think it's a great addition.
Yeah, I agree. Mike, what about you?
I'm starving, so it's mobile ordering in the menu.
Of course it is. Yes.
No, that's seriously it, because I love the ability to mobile order and also kind of going along with that, looking at the menus and being able to, as a family, saying, what does everybody want? Here's the menu. And everybody, here's my family's older, so everybody has their own devices. Like, okay, we're going to Columbia Harbor House. Here, look at the menu. Okay, tell me. Okay, Mallory, here, what are you getting? And then boom, 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 I put it in, and then I, all of a sudden I am doing the work of a cast member though, because I'm reading it back to make sure everybody's got the right thing. So you want the Diet Coke, you want a lemonade, you got, because I'm finalizing the order before I hit Apple Pay here, and you don't want pickles, and you got all this, but the ability to do that while you're waiting in line for Space Mountain, you're killing two birds with one stone, and then you walk up, boom, and get your food. That is just game changing. I mean, I know it's been around for a few years, but when I see people that don't mobile order, it's like, what are you doing? Like,
I know.
Why at this point in life are you not mobile ordering?
I know. That was going to be mine too, the mobile ordering, but I'll give another one because we use this all the time. I use the unlock your resort room door with the phone. I do it almost all the time. And it's so much like what happens is sometimes I'll forget my Magic Band, or the Magic Band's not working for some reason. And thankfully, that unlock from my phone has saved my behind about 100 million times. So,
I like it. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Hey, this show wasn't so bad. We learned we learned more than I learned all kinds of stuff about you guys. And,
I know, right?
Exactly. Good questions for 500, Alice. And
Shaggy also dumb.
No, not really. And Shaggy says the customer service chat in the app is actually
true. That's very true.
That is, they actually do jump on there and help you out if you got a question.
They do. It's not just a bot.
Shaggy helping you today and yesterday. Again, that story Max posted up on Shaggy. Hope you enjoyed that. Go back and check it out if you didn't. All right. Don't forget, our show brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan a great vacation this weekend. Whether it's to Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, or Adventures by Disney, we're standing by to make that trip magical for no additional cost to you. Check it all out over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link as you shop this weekend. Super simple. Just click through the link at beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you so much to our Patreon supporters. You guys make the show possible. Thank you so very much for that. You can also support us as well if you don't. Just $5 a month, and you'll get a bonus show every week called Mike in the Midwest. Come over this weekend, patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. We'll have a live call-in show Sunday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. just a couple of days from now. And Scott joins me. We open up the phone lines, take your calls, have a good time. We'll continue this if you want. You have a crazy Disney question, Scott and I'll answer it. We'll talk about it in the chat. We'll have a good time. So join us, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. Sunday night, we'll be waiting for your call. We had lots of calls last Sunday night, so let's do it again this Sunday night. Join us in the clubhouse as well. beourguestpodcast.com/clubhouse. That's where the conversation goes 24/7, 365. Jason posts his pictures of his fall Little Debbie snacks that we talk about sometimes, his Uncrustables. We talk college football and the Sports Center channel. We talk about Disney dining and the Disney dining chat, the resorts, the theme parks. Everybody's got their countdowns going. If you're a Disney fan, that's where you need to be. So come on over and join us today. Also, the socials. Ricky's at Ricky Nibs. Pam's at TMFLT Pam. I'm at Be Our Guest Mike. We'd all three love to interact with you on the social media as well. All right, we're going to jump out of here and wish you an amazing weekend. And we'll be back again Sunday night for the live call-in show, Monday with a great trip report with Justin. But until then, we'll be talking to you. So until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon.
End the show, Mike. End the show.
You almost locked up.
That's right.
I did. You got petered out at the end there. I petered out. Oh, well.
That was good.
It was fun. Yeah, it was good.
It was fun.
That was
It
a good
was
little
fun.
Yeah,
It was.
not
So,
for everybody, but it's fun for us.
Yeah.
that's what matters. No, I'm
That's
not.
We do this to entertain ourselves.
Exactly. If we happen to entertain other people, then so be it.
Exactly. I mean, we try. I mean, that's all we can do.
We do our best.
All right.
Yes.
All
right.
You
I
gonna
will
be
not see you on Monday.
I will be here.
Rock
So-
on. We'll go early next week.
Okay. Sounds
All
good.
right.
All right. See
you.
you. Okay.
All right. I'll see
Bye.
you. All right. Bye.